Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's a new month. We've got a new Blindbox Comics in my hands. Blindbox is one of the numerous geeky services out there that delivers a box of goodies to your doorstep. As the name implies, it's about comic books. Now, unlike some other ones, this one more is geared towards single issues. There's some other services out there that also do comics, but they also focus on more trades or graphic novels, stuff like that. So if you're a single issues person, this is an awesome box to get. Now there's a couple different versions. We've got the main one, which has comics only, so it's usually first issue. Sometimes there might be a second issue. Kind of varies depending on each month as to what you're going to get inside. And then there's the variant. Every month they do a variant comic, and then there's variants of the variants, which we will discuss in a little bit. So this month, of course I've got both of them, because I'm a comic fan, so of course I want the singles and the variant. So we're going to go through the single issues first, crack it open, and talk about what's inside. Now, the service does provide a handy little cheat sheet as to what you can find, which is pretty cool and pretty useful. Alright, first up, we've got Moonshine #1 from Image Comics. So this is from Brian Azzarello, and Risso is the artist, and I can't think of his first name. But basically, it's from the the team that did 100 Bullets. It's a horror twist, a classic gangster. Very cool series. It's set during Prohibition, the deep backwoods of Appalachia. It tells the story of Lou Perlow, a city slicks torpedo sent from New York City to negotiate a deal with the best moonshiner in West Virginia, one Hiram Holt. What Lou doesn't figure on is that Holt is just as cunning and ruthless as any New York City crime boss, because not only will Holt do anything to protect his illicit booze operation, he'll stop at nothing to protect a much darker family secret. A bloody supernatural secret. Brian Azzarello, what a shock that it's going to be good. Art's fantastic. Image Comics, should definitely check it out. Oh yeah, Eduardo Rizzo. It's right on the cover. There. So, really good series. If you haven't got a chance to read it, you should. I believe this has been sold out. It went to a second printing, so to be able to get this, you get an early version of that. Alright, we got Reborn #1, Mark Millar and Greg Capullo. Much anticipated from Image Comics. It's a smash-up hit sci-fi fantasy series. Where do you go when you die? Not heaven or hell, somewhere else. Somewhere you might have to fight to survive. So Image Comics, the second Image Comics in that. I believe this one also has sold out the first printing, so bonus that you get this. One of the most anticipated comics of the year. Tons of people were jazzed for it, and it doesn't disappoint. Really highly rated. We got a good review of it, and overall it seemed people really, really enjoyed it. Mark Millar seems to have gotten away from the childish comics of his past, given more mature comics out there. Starlight, I believe it is. I'm totally blanking on it. But the one basically is Flash Gordon homage, and then there's other series, Huck, and then this, all kind of showing nice maturation of his writing. Next we got The Skeptics from Black Mask Studios. It's an awesome, awesome series. Absolutely fantastic. Basically the Russians have gotten have psychics. The U.S. is kind of working on get their own, except the people that they go to bring in to do that are con artists, is the best way of putting it nice. From T. Howard, Devaki Nyogi. We had them both on Graphic Policy Radio. You should go check that out. It's a great episode of the show. Really, really solid first issue. I enjoyed it a ton. If you kind of like quirky retro series, it had a little bit of a First Class vibe about it. The art's really good. The setting's fantastic. I'm just trying to... I highly recommend it. I already have a copy of it. That's how much I like it. I actually think I probably have 2 copies of it with different covers. But really, really good comic. Can't recommend it enough. Probably going to have trouble finding it. It's Black Mask Studios. They tend to have fairly low print runs, so you'll luck out and get it. Alright, next we've got... it looks like this is another one where there is some different possibilities. You're getting 5 of 6 of the comics. The one that I did not get is Die Kitty Die from Chapter House. Really, really good first issue. We reviewed it well. You should go check it out. The review is fairly positive from Chapter House Comics. Really recommend the stuff they do in general. Chapter House is really solid stuff. It's from Dan Parent. You might know his name from Archie Comics, a lot of that stuff. What I have in front of me, I guess it's Garion? I think it's Garion. A little bit different of a format than I have. I've got a copy of this, but a different size of it. Mine is more regular comic version. So this is from Scout Comics. Absolutely gorgeous art. Amazing first issue. Really highly recommend it. It's kind of like a teenage up fantasy series. Garion's a sweet sci-fi fantasy story of a hero's journey in a distant world and time, told through the eyes of Jara, a poor factory worker whose dream of escaping this world of endless toil. His wish comes true, though, not in a way he would have ever wanted when his city is attacked by a dark entity called Haladron. He escapes the conflict, but only to be thrust into a war of otherworldly magic and weaponry. Now, you can see from this, it's a bit different size for normal comics, which is cool. I kind of dig it. I actually have a different version of this comic, so that's neat to have this one. And I kind of agree with the Blindbox variants assessment of it. They're saying the story's a little bit tough to follow on, but it pays off later. And I agree with that as well. The first issue is the story is it's a little rough. It kind of takes a bit to get into it. The art, though, is absolutely gorgeous. The art is amazing. Some of my favorite art I've seen this year. So that alone should get you coming back for more. And of course, one of the hot debuts of this last couple months, Jessica Jones #1. #2 is actually out this week, so bonus points for that if you are a fan. So this is Brian Michael Bendis, Michael Gaydos, and Matt Hollingsworth. Jessica Jones #1. She's back after a decade. A lot has changed in the Marvel Universe, and there's a lot of secrets hiding in the shadows. Secrets only a woman like Jessica Jones can hope to uncover. Discover the haunting secrets from Jessica's past in this blistering new series. Definitely a mature comic. First and foremost, that's absolutely a thing. Great first issue. If you have enjoyed the Jessica Jones television series, if you're a fan of the character, you will not be disappointed by this. It brings back the team that was originally behind Alias back in the day, so well worth checking out, and I believe also sold out. So, first printings are always a great thing. As a bonus, they're throwing in a little Comic Fest books. We've got some Archie love and some Hero County, both really, really good. If you haven't been reading Afterlife with Archie, shame on you, because it's a fantastic series, and it's some great horror. The idea of zombies and Archie might get you to laugh, but once you read it, you're not going to laugh anymore. It's really freaking good. Wish it came out more regularly. They definitely have some delivery issues with that, but it's really good, really entertaining. And then Hero County, it's Cullen Bunn, also horror. Really creepy comic. Read the first couple issues, and I thought it was fantastic. Regularly getting thrown out there as one of the best horror comics of the year. So, bonus. As I said right underneath on the bottom, and it's a bonus. So, alright, we've got the blind variant. The blind variant this month is Shipwreck #1 from Aftershock Comics. Warren Ellis and Phil Hester. So they've got 3 different versions. We don't know which one's going to be in here. So there is 3 versions. I said there's variants of variants. Phil Hester created a stunning variant exclusive for Blindbox. The 3 versions available. There's a full color one of 250 copies, a black and white edition of 100, and a Blindbox embossed artist series, so signed, sketched, hand numbered edition of 25. Now it's the question of which one is going to be in here. My guess is it's probably going to be the full color version, and I believe this is right. So this is the full color version. Variants of Shipwreck #1. I've gotten some of the other ones, which were pretty awesome. But, you can't complain with a comic that's just only 250 out there of it. So, as always, love the fact that they do the variants. If you're a comic fan, if you collect a lot of variants, you collect monthly single issues, Blindbox Comics, I think, is a must-get for you. So, going over it, we've got a whole bunch of variation of comics. Of course, you got the variant here, Shipwreck. Moonshine, nice supernatural one with bootlegging from Brian Azzarello. We've got Reborn with Mark Millar, Craig Capullo. Skeptics, Black Mass Studios, awesome series. Garion, I believe is the way to pronounce it. Fantasy series, absolutely amazing art, gorgeous art from Scout Comics. And finally, we've got Jessica Jones in this one, a little bit more mainstream from Marvel, Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Gaydos. And then, of course, we got some bonus horror comics. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comics, plus the bonus. So 8 comics total for like $35, I think, with the variant. I forgot what it is. I think the variants are 15, the main box is like 20, something around there. There's a link underneath this video if you really want to sign up, and I recommend you do. Go sign up for the link. Don't get anything from it. Love Blindbox Comics. I think they put out a fantastic service, and you should go check it out if you are a comics fan. As you see, easy way to get a whole bunch of single issues that are probably going to sell out by the time the box actually comes out, and stuff that you're going to have trouble finding on the shelf because they are sparsely stocked is a nice way of putting it. So Blindbox Comics, go check it out. There's a link underneath. And if you're a comic book fan, you should check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy. Thanks for watching, as always. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky.